Hello, paranormal fanatics. I hope you're doing well. It's a Saturday night here in chilly Pennsylvania. Hopefully, it's not so chilly where you're at. I see that our local Bigfoot resident, Leefoot, is here. um, yeah, I had about a million things I was going to do with that, but one slipped my mind already. See how elusive he is? He can't even form a good thought in my mind. So, anyways, hopefully this past Thanksgiving has greeted you all well, and hopefully you've not still in a food coma, so you could actually enjoy this show. Uh, Jason, it's cold under that fedora. No, I'm letting it all grow out, my friend, all natural. So I wanted to take a moment to welcome you all, as we like to do. I have no real path, no real long introduction or anything. So if you're ready, well, thank you, sir. I much appreciate it, Stephen. I hope you're doing well tonight. Well, like I said, no long-winded intro like I'm working on. We have a wonderful guest tonight that jumped in to help me out at the last moment because who I had lined up kind of had some family stuff come up, so I wasn't able to bring them on as much as I'd like to, and that's in the works to bring them up in the future. But we have somebody, Nicole, from nice and warm and sunny California. We were talking behind the camera for a few minutes, and hopefully you guys won't get too mad at her, but she said it was like in the 60s there. Well, we sit here in our, like, well, it was warm today here in Pennsylvania. It was in the 50s. You know, that's unheard of this time of year, so, or unusual. So let's see if she could bring a little warm energy to this show. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome. Thank you for saving me tonight from another
Oh,
show,
anytime.
and I'm sure these guys are very appreciative. Very happy, since I can't say that big word, and not just having to look at my ugly mug for another Saturday night. I tend to go on rambling on when it's just me.
No, that's fine.
You're being thanked for joining onto the show by Stephen. So, if you don't mind, Lee says it's currently 35 on his porch. Lee, as those that are regular viewers of the show, Lee is a co-founder of Warren Area Society of Paranormal, and so he likes to jump on these shows and help out with his weather reports and all that fun stuff. That's our tech guy, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So, if you take a moment, introduce yourself, if you don't mind.
Yeah, hi, my name is Nicole. Yes, my name is Nikki Rae. I'm born and raised here in California. And I'm also a psychic medium and author, paranormal researcher, more of a researcher these days than investigator. However,
Nice.
I do like to investigate haunted locations. And so I'm also part of the Warren Legacy Foundation recently. So as general member, I even find just being a member is pretty awesome.
Definitely. Hello, Nikki. I'm not the tech guy currently. That's a long running joke with me and the group. Lee does not like technology.
Oh, and if I may add, I'm also a host for Haunted Real Connections podcast.
You are.
Paranormal Radio.
And that's how I was able to make a connection with you, is through the Haunted Reels on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
So, if you're anything like me, I'm posting our stuff all over the place online. So I see where.
I'm all over.
Yeah. Well, you said that you're. Well, let's see. This is your. You said you're on Facebook, and I hope that you're still there. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I will try to post your link now. This is a
Awesome.
link to your Facebook profile. Um, if that looks right, I know that's hard to
Thank
do.
you.
Um, Jason is another member of Warren Aries Paranormal. His wife's the co-founder. Says Scott's an author. He wrote the Times Observer bestseller. My fedora has a sixth sense.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
nice.
a bit of tongue in cheek. I did not write nothing. You will find that those that are in the chat has a sense of humor.
Great. We need that now.
So throughout the night, you'll see little things like that. And your
I like
YouTube channel, what's your YouTube channel name?
I keep changing it. Hopefully, it's just paragraph shift right now. Nikki Rae
Okay,
paragraph shift. Yes. I think I sent you the link.
you did.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it cut and copied so I could share it with the world, or at least my audience.
Great. Thank you.
So here's a link to her YouTube channel. And you said the name on that is what again?
Nikki Rae paragraph shift, I believe.
Okay, awesome. Hello, Christine. How you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. How's the little ones? So you said you've been in the within the paranormal for the last 20 years, roughly.
Yeah.
Which is about 8 years longer than myself personally.
I think because I'm also a psychic medium, so I've probably been in it longer. So,
Since when did you find out that you had that ability?
I have a. You mind a short story?
Sure.
Anyway, I was probably about 11 or 12 when I first started hearing spirits. And so what happened was my family and I used to go camping out here in Ojai, California. And so
Okay.
one day my brothers and I have two brothers, we decided to go hiking. And for some reason on the way back I took the wrong path. So I accidentally took the wrong path, so I was lost for a good hour. They said I was lost for an hour.
Really?
And so, and all of a sudden, I heard a voice out of the blue tell me which way to go, and it led me on the other side of the hip side.
Wow.
So ever since then, yeah. Excuse me.
So is that something that you actively pursue, or is that something that you just let happen and progress naturally?
How to both. Yeah, that really sparked my interest in the paranormal.
So that's what got you along the path, is that experience.
Yeah, and I have more, and I have many other experiences as well throughout my life.
Well, for all that time frame, I can see how. I mean, we've been going for 12 years in the group itself, and throughout my life as well. And yeah, I can see where the experiences will stack up on you. Now, California has a lot of locations that you could visit. That
Oh
would
yeah,
be
I've been
considered
to you.
paranormal. Is
Yeah, one of
there
my
any?
sorry, I
Sorry.
keep one of my favorite locations would be the Queen Mary, and
The ship.
yeah, and I've been there throughout my life. You know, visiting, touring the ship. You know, and I've seen shadow people there, and I've heard people tell me stories of what happened to them there. So yeah, it's pretty active ship.
Nice. Lee is asking a guardian angel, perhaps.
Yeah, I have no doubt. It's probably one of my guardian angels. I probably have
That
more than.
is that. I believe he's asking that gave you the direction to go. You think that was the guardian angel that helped you that day?
Yeah, I have no doubt. For some reason, I can connect with angels as well as spirits.
Oh, so you're able to kind of tell the difference.
Oh yeah, well yeah. They'll tell me who and what they are sometimes if I'm lucky.
Wow. See, now I don't have that gift. I rely on equipment to see if there's something around or hear stuff. So
Believe
um,
me, you don't want it.
I've
You'll hear
heard
from the good and the bad. So
I have heard that, and I believe I agree with that statement. Um, I could go to bed at night with no issues.
oh lucky. I'll trade you any day.
Maybe we could trade off on every other weekend or something.
Maybe.
Visitation of the gifts.
Right.
So now, through these years, how you said you got connected into the Ed and Lorraine, the Warrens um, Society. I don't remember exactly what you said it's called.
It's called the Warren Legacy Foundation, and it's from based from the Warren cases that they
Mhm.
have throughout the world, from their grandson Chris McKinnell and Lorraine, of course. They started it, and now it's throughout the world.
Definitely.
And I
I
have them on my podcast as well. I'm still stoked.
You had the grandson on.
Oh yeah, and a few members as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must be nice to be able to have that connection to pull
Oh
from
yeah.
for your show.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Now, what made you decide to go that direction with things?
Well, since I've been experiencing paranormal phenomena throughout my life, it's like that's why I thought I'd see if I could help other people deal with what I've been dealing with throughout my life, and not to be afraid of it, and just give them the right help that they need. So that's basically my goal, to help others.
That's definitely a very good reason to get into the paranormal field, is not only your personal experiences but to help others as well. That's for sure. That's our main focus of Born
Right,
Excited Paranormal, is to help those in need.
right. Even though I'm not a team, or maybe I could direct them to a local team, or that might help more than I should.
Well, there's some benefits in not being part of a team. Um, like
Right.
you said, you're able to network and you're able to move among the teams and kind of plant yourself in different situations that could be helpful to many people.
Yeah.
Um,
Excuse me.
whereas if you're in a team, you're kind of not saying that you're tied down to them, but you have a set core of people that you're with all the time, and there's good with that as well.
Yeah.
But so, how long have you had your podcast? Has it been off and on, a full time situation, or
It's off and on for about 2 years now.
nice? Now,
Right now we're on break, so for the holidays.
definitely.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll probably, and this is a little heads up to those watching. Probably the holiday season coming up, being on the weekends, I'll probably either miss Christmas or New Year's Eve. I'm not sure which one my show falls on. Maybe do an earlier one in the day or something, but
Oh, nice.
who knows? Um, Time will tell for that.
Yeah.
Um, so you've been to you said the Queen Mary. Do you feel that it's definitely a haunted location?
Oh, yeah. Because it's always surrounded by the ocean water. Water is really his conduit for energy. So I believe that's one of the reasons. And of course, the many deaths, suicides been on that ship. It's no wonder it would have that energy there, or vortex.
And you see all kinds of television shows and
Yeah.
YouTubers that are like Sam and Colby and such that's been on that ship, and they all report that there's activity there. I don't know if I'll ever make my way that far over on the states, but Never know. If I do, I'll look you up and you can kind of show us around a little bit.
Yeah, don't mind. I
I
think
mean,
it's still closed to the public because of COVID, but I'll definitely keep you guys informed if it's when it's reopened.
sounds good. That'll give me a chance to kind of save up a couple dollars and make that trip over.
I can tell you guys what happened to one of the tour guys that actually worked there, if you don't mind.
Sure.
She took me aside and she told me what happened to her. It wasn't during our tour, but it's, one of her previous tours. She was actually picked up and thrown by invisible force across the room.
Really?
Yeah.
And she still goes back there.
Oh yeah. I think she's not working there now, but yeah.
Lee asks, how about a live broadcast from my place New Year's Eve? Well, you have to be able to sing Mariah Carey songs or something for me there, Lee. But possibly we'll talk about that, Lee. Hello, Caleb.
Yes.
I hope you're doing well. Did you find a place to go to tonight? So okay, I gotta let my mind get functioning again. My mind wandered to a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's not that far away. 23. Can you believe that?
Gosh. I
Do
believe
you
we
think
made it
it'll
through this
be?
year.
What's that?
I believe we made it through this year.
Never really. Do you think 23 will be a big paranormal year, or you think it's just going to be kind of a tame, normal year?
I have a feeling it might be a big year for us. Have a hunch.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to make it a big year for WASP, and Caleb says, yes, we did. We are heading to Jacquin's Pond. I never heard of it. You're going to have to keep me updated with that.
I haven't either.
That would be in New York. So
Nice.
I'm sorry?
I haven't been to New York, but I wouldn't mind going there one day.
It's got a lot of history there, too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of history. I'm about 40 minutes away from New York. That.
Yeah, but
where I'm at, I'm in this little wooded town, and my biggest competition here for YouTube and such is a goat down the road.
Oh, nice. And we have horses.
Too many horses. You have horses, you said?
Our neighbors have horses.
Oh,
kind of
nice.
like farmland out here, so I would see a lot of UFOs even out here.
You do see UFOs?
Oh yeah, I see quite a few.
Wow. Clymer is up in Chautauqua County, New York. All right, I know where Clymer is.
Haven't heard of that.
Yeah, there's I don't know if you heard of Kinzu Dam, but that's about half hour from us, if even that far away. That's got a lot of Bigfoot UFO activity there. Submersible UFOs as well.
Right, I've heard of this.
Do you know Johnny Cash?
I've heard of his name, but I don't know.
The singer?
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's passed away now.
Yeah.
But I suppose you said with your abilities, he might come tell you who he is tonight.
Never know.
But pretty famous singer, and he sang a song about the dam and such. So that's our little gateway to fame. But
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had Bigfoot sighting out here. Some areas. But I haven't seen it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I keep cutting it out.
It's funny. I never thought of Bigfoot in California, but you do have some old forests there.
Yeah, we had a redwood forest. We had a lot of trees. And Sacramento is a tree of state, so that's where I was at.
I mean, when most people think California, they think of sunny beaches and Rodeo Drive and places like that.
Yeah.
But you guys definitely have a lot of wildlife out there as well, and
Oh yeah, we do.
wooded area.
Yep.
So you believe in Bigfoot?
Somewhat, even though I haven't seen it, but I do kind of believe in the sightings.
As long as the grass shall grow is the name of the song of Johnny Cash that talks about the Kinzu Dam.
Oh.
It's a big thing where it involves Native Americans and peace treaties and with George Washington and all that. It's an interesting song if you have time to look it up.
Oh, nice. I'm part Cherokee Indian too.
So that song should do stir a little something in you.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But now UFOs, you believe in? You said you've seen some.
Oh yeah, and I even managed to record them and film them as well.
It seems like I'm gonna have to go over some of your evidence and such.
Yeah, I've seen some videos. I find some probably buried in my YouTube.
Well, you know, I got some old videos on YouTube that I made private because they just don't do the channel anymore. But maybe one of these days we'll connect and send videos back and forth of our stuff. Now,
Yeah, no problem.
now you and looking past you for a moment, it made me remember that you're a published author.
Yeah, that's one of my books over there. My Haunted Travels, Haunted California.
Now, that's always fun trying to point to something on camera.
Like, and the
That's
other
like
book, a friend of mine that wrote about water shrine.
About what?
Water shrine.
Never heard of it.
And Philip Watt, I believe is his name.
And so they could find your book on let's see here.
The latest one is on Amazon.
This should be your Amazon link. If you guys will take a moment and go and look up this book of hers.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm sorry I'm reading, make sure that it was posted because it didn't post for a second. So if you guys will take a moment, it's called My Haunted Travels, right?
Yeah.
And that's about...
I was about the various places that I found out later on in life that it's haunted.
Nice. And these are locations that you've been to personally?
Yeah.
Nice. Lee would like to know, what type of UFOs have you seen?
Usually the ones...
Go ahead.
Like what they look like?
Right, as in different shapes, different colors.
Right, the ones I see mostly are up in the sky, and they're like orb shaped around this,
Right, glowing, pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
They have no sound, and I just happened to look up, and they were right there.
Wow. So, do you believe that they're amongst us?
I believe it's a possibility that anything's possible at this point.
Fair enough. I believe they're around us.
Yeah.
I believe they're interacting with us more than we realize. That's my view of it. There's a lot of history that would suggest that. A lot of written history that would suggest that.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you think there's more sightings on the West Coast or the East Coast?
I think it varies, but I think the most states that have the most sightings is in Florida and California.
I can see that.
In my opinion.
I can see that. You do hear a lot in Florida.
Yeah. I was just over in Florida in Disney World, so I didn't really see anything while I was there, but I know there's been some sightings.
Now, you like to stay in the warmer areas, don't you?
Yeah. I haven't been back east in a long time.
Houston, Texas, you say?
No, I actually work from my family's from Kansas and Colorado.
Oh, nice. Colorado's nice. A
Yeah.
lot of flat land there, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
A lot
So
of, a lot of way to
yeah,
see UFOs and
oh yeah, and also the Stanley Hotel over there and Sally House, I believe. Those are on my bucket list.
you haven't been to the hotel.
Not yet.
I'd like to go myself.
Hopefully one day.
Maybe we team up and figure out. Lee says, I think those are what are referred to as Foo Fighters, first reported by pilots during World War II. I don't know. Something to look into.
Yeah.
Lee likes all kinds of military history and such, so anything like that, I definitely like to refer to him on such things. So now, do you plan on writing another book?
Oh yeah, I'm always getting ideas for spirits or anyone that wants to collaborate. I'm usually willing to collaborate.
The book of stories of other people's haunted experiences.
Yeah, that's also included in my latest one.
Oh, okay. So it's not just yours; it's others as well.
Right.
Awesome.
There's one person she used to investigate the Whaley House.
Yeah.
So even though I haven't been inside it, I've seen the outside of the building. We didn't have time to actually go inside. But yeah, I was kind of bummed about that. But we had to visit Winchester Mystery House and Alcatraz Island.
Those are definitely on my bucket list to go to those places.
I really recommend.
So you have been to the Winchester House?
Yeah.
And as in to investigate, to look at it over, or
just an overall tour, you get to feel the place, and hopefully one day I can go back to investigate. Even though
I have a feeling that they want a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, even though they don't normally allow you to take pictures and stuff, but they allowed me to, because I told them I was an investigator and everything.
Oh, nice.
So I was happy about that.
Sometimes you just gotta speak up, and you get a little extra.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I always ask permission, especially to film.
Definitely. Because you just never know. You don't ask permission, and then you start doing it, and then people get all kinds of aggravated, and it's just an ordeal. It's better just to say, hey, can I do this real quick? And either they're going to say yes or no.
Right, only about courtesy, and yeah, I see what you mean. We were just at the mine recently. It's at Sacramento. I went to the inside of first mine. I've never been to a mine before.
No, what kind of mine?
It's called a gold mine.
Right,
and,
right.
We didn't really feel visual all the way through. It's huge. We didn't have time to go through all of it. But I'm surprised I even went inside it at all.
You don't like that type of situation?
No, it's just in the mind. Like, it's nerve-wracking.
I've never been in one, but I often assume that the deeper you go, the more weird it'd feel.
Yeah, I was already feeling claustrophobic. What's that word? Claustrophobic?
Right, yeah. That's the right word for it. And then, I don't know. I see those YouTube videos where people are filming and there's something that's just out of the corner of their eye real quick and all that. I'm like, where are you going to run to?
Yeah, that mine does have some spirit, so that's why we didn't stay long.
Do you think that the minerals and such in the mine would amplify their energy?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Especially what was that one, limestone or something? Yeah. Some of the formations were pretty. The rock formations were pretty though to look at.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm
Yeah,
assuming quartz. I think you mine quartz. Um,
yeah.
are they in caves or is that like strip mining?
Oh, it should be both.
Okay, so I can imagine being inside of a cave of quartz, and I imagine that would bring a lot of energy as well.
Right.
Do you
You
do you
you
work
ever,
with Chris?
yeah, you ever heard of Tommy Knockers?
Oh
I was
yeah,
kind of listening for them, but I didn't really hear anything. But so
you,
I'm like,
you
oh,
should be
thank.
happy.
Yeah, I was like,
You,
whew.
I mean, I hear that's probably not a good thing to hear if you're in a situation like that. So
Uh,
now, do you use crystals yourself?
oh yeah, in fact, I'm wearing my amethyst, my favorite one,
Oh,
amethyst,
okay.
and I always have this black shooting nearby. They're good for protection.
Now,
Bracelet. I usually have my bracelet, but I don't today.
now, how often do you have to? Now, see, I'm speaking from what I hear other people use and such because I'd never truly have used them other than I think I wore one for a while and it broke on me and I just never replaced
Oh
it. But
wow.
anyways, um, you gotta like cleanse them once in a while and such, right? Like get rid of the energy they build up.
Yeah, you can use white sage, or just run it through water for 2 seconds. That's what I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
As simple as that.
they love water. And
Yeah.
the moon, of course.
What's that?
And the full moon, of course. You charge him with that too.
Yeah. Well, see, I would just throw it in the river out back. Let the river just kind of
Oh
wash
yeah,
over it.
yeah, they
I
like water.
imagine it seems like that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Now, now the crystal I was wearing, I don't even know what kind of stone it was. I was pretty young. Um, it was a brown color and had a white streak through it. And I was wearing it, and it was just weird. It was the middle of winter. I had all kinds of heavy jacket on and such. And all of a sudden, I just heard something drop. I was at, believe it or not, of all places, Burger King, and I heard something hit the floor, and I looked down, and the crystal was split in half.
Oh wow.
So
Seems like he was Tiger's Eye, maybe. I know they're brown.
maybe, yeah. Now that you mention that, I can see the similarities to it. Just the longer crystal shape like yours
One of
that
mine are
you're
bigger.
on. So, what type of use would that tiger's eye be for? Do you know?
It's also good for protection,
Oh, okay.
especially in opening your psychic abilities.
Hmm.
I believe.
Well,
I
maybe
gotta
I
read
didn't.
more.
Maybe I didn't get the psychic part of it, but maybe something was coming at me and it protected me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That river is pretty dirty. Lee says. Yeah. I don't know. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as the Chattacoin. Couple rivers in our neck of the woods. The river that runs through my backyard goes right away from our area down to Pittsburgh and so forth. So,
Oh wow.
so it's a decent size. It's not as big as the Mississippi or anything like that, but
Right.
it's a decent
We used
size.
to hang out at the Colorado River.
That's a pretty good sized river.
Yeah, it was.
Now, you say that you have Native American ancestry. Have you ever been to any of the sites around you that might have activity that you could visit, like Native American
I
sites?
think there was one place we used to live in Lake Tahoe.
I've heard of
So
it.
we would hike out there, and so yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Now, do you ever have that type of visitation from those that's passed over from the Native American side?
Actually, surprisingly, no, just some other
No.
spirit.
Well, I'm sure it's not a pick and choose situation.
Right,
What comes along is what comes along.
right. Come and go.
Right.
Luckily,
Now, do you? I heard you. I heard Lee mentioned guardian angels earlier. You mentioned that it could have possibly been a guardian angel. Do you believe in such things, or?
Oh yeah, I know I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for my angels. I had a hard life.
You had what?
I had a hard life growing up.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Pretty
a
close
hard life.
calls, close calls with death, and then you know, one thing after
Hmm.
another.
Well, I'm glad that you made it this far.
Oh, thanks.
Let's hope there's another 100 years in front of you. In front of you. Yeah, that's the right way
Maybe
to
I'm
say
less
it.
than I have 50 years to see.
Well, you're in the nicer part of the states. California is nice, decent weather, not too bad, pretty laid back. At least that's what we hear, right?
Oh yeah, well, sometimes we get those storms, and we had our power
Oh,
outage. We had a power outage on Thanksgiving of all days.
really?
So we had to do a belated Thanksgiving meal.
Oh boy.
It was out like 8 hours.
Was it like a big power outage or just
Oh
local?
yeah, it was all over, I believe.
Oh wow.
So it wasn't just our area, but I think it was all over.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But the nice thing is, even though a holiday is a certain day, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to celebrate it on that
No,
day.
I think they did that so that way they prevent any fires. We did get a lot of fire outbreaks out here.
True. True. And we got smarter people than us that handle that kind of stuff. They plan all that, they do all that. So,
Yeah, I was thankful we still have each other in our house and everything. So
well, it looks like you got a little power going on now.
yeah, we handle. It's
Um,
happy.
so do you observe the winter solace and things like that, or is it primarily Christian holidays, or?
Mainly Christians. I was raised, Christian Baptist when I was younger, and I become more spiritual later on. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't do much in the different holidays other than the Christian holidays. I will burn a Yule log every year, but that's just about the extent I go.
Right.
And it's not. It's only because I like burning fire, having a wood fire in the fireplace going on.
It's kind of funny. Our family is like a mix of religions. So my stepdad's family is Mormons or like Christian, So it's kind of funny.
So, have you seen the movie? I watch it every year, Mr. Kroger's Christmas.
No, I haven't seen it. I think I've heard of it though.
That's a very big Mormon Christmas movie.
Okay.
You did say Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to make sure that I didn't mishear you. Well, yeah, I watch that every year faithfully.
Oh wow.
That's got Jimmy Stewart in it.
Okay.
Not as popular as It's a Wonderful Life.
Right. How do I like that one? It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, definitely, it's a good one. Would you like to have that experience in life?
Not really.
You wouldn't want to know.
No.
That's probably a smart choice because you feel like it'd all be like the movie and it end up good and everybody's happy, and I got a feeling that life is just not that great sometimes,
Right. Yeah, it should be scary.
to say the least. But I tend to be more into the holiday, like Halloween type movies and such. Actually, for those of you that have been paying attention to the screen a little bit, I threw this background on as last moment, and yep, okay. In the bottom corner, by comment below, it says Jason Voorhees.
Oh, nice.
Do you know who that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just one that was I don't know why it says that, but I must have added up for Halloween at one point or something.
Oh wow.
So I'm trying to think of everything that we've talked about so far. So now we didn't really touch too deep into the Warrens and their society. What has, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, How has this impacted what you've done so far? Has it been a blessing? Has it been negative for you to be part of this group?
Always been really a blessing to be part of it. Because now I can help people and interact them in a way that other people can help them. You know.
Nice. And so, is this a program where is networking for people, or is this something that you guys get together within your location and do things with each other? Or?
Actually, some places they have it. I'm way out here in California, so it's kind of hard for me to travel sometimes. But I would love to do that and meet them one day.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Now, a lot of their stuff, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm thinking they had a big thing in England, didn't they? Like some big, and for lack of my own terminology, big psychic network out there
Yeah, possibly.
in the EU. Maybe, Lee says, maybe that's from one of your interviews with Jason Voorhees. Yeah, I've had Jason from Friday the 13th on a couple times.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't say much. He just kind of stares at the camera with his mask on. So I got to do most of the talking on those interviews. But at least he makes his way over and hangs out for a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, I don't know if you remember the movies at all, but in the first first Friday the 13th, at the very end, a young boy comes out of the lake and grabs a girl out of the boat. That's Jason Leheim, I believe that's his last name. He's got a band that he does now called First Jason, and he comes to Warren, Pennsylvania all the time to put on shows.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of neat, seeing somebody that's been on the big screen like that.
That part always scares me. That's the part of me.
Yeah, well, it does kind of come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Speaking of being scared, what's the most scary moment you've had on any of your wanderings?
Like in general,
well, I mean, I know there's some scary spots in California, but I'm thinking like paranormal related.
Oh God, there's quite a few. It's hard to pinpoint. I would say the Queen Mary.
I see a lot of people on YouTube and such. And even like ghost hunters and such on TV get startled there quite a bit.
And I like to say that my grandparents used to work on the Queen Mary years ago.
So you have a family connection to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And so what happened was we had to visit the most haunted room that usually closed off to the public. So we went in there, and all of a sudden I just felt goosebumps, throughout my body. Not just my arm, but throughout my body.
Yeah.
And I told the guys that were investigating that room at the time, and they brought their devices over. And they were thrown all around me.
They get readings and such.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What part of California are you in? Northern, southern?
Oh, Southern California.
Southern California.
By Riverside area.
Nice. Yeah, we're up by well, I don't know if you know Pennsylvania at all. We're close to the New York, Ohio area.
Oh yeah.
We're not too far from either or of those places.
I have a great grandmother is born from Ohio.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So you got family all over the states.
Just about.
Now, we're closer to Jamestown, New York, which is Chautauqua County, which was where we talked about Clymer earlier. Jamestown's biggest claim to fame well, not their biggest, but one of their claim to fame is the comedian Lucille Ball was from there.
Oh wow, she's one of my favorites. Still is.
Well, I've been to her grave site in Jamestown.
Oh, speaking of which, one of my grandmothers, she ran into her in person.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in the
was she
crowd.
polite? Was Lucy polite?
Not really.
That's a shame. Sometimes
Unfortunately.
we get in our day to day lives and we're not bad day, bad timing, and
But the same thing happened to me once, but actually he was rather nicer than she was. I read it, remember this actor, Henry Winkler?
oh,
I actually
hey,
ran into him, and he gave me a hug.
did I think he has more patience with people.
I'm like, I'm sorry the crowd pushed me over to you. He gave me a hug.
He
We're like,
Imagine him out go sun.
never know. It's like Dan Aykroyd. He actually does paranormal research and everything.
He does.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he was up in Jamestown not too long ago, maybe a couple years now.
I would love to meet
And
him one day.
huh?
I would love to meet him one day, of course.
Me too. Well, he was doing a little thing at the comedy center up there in Jamestown. I knew one of the people that worked there, and I had a business
Oh,
card
wow.
for our paranormal team, and I wrote on the back of it, "Call this number for one free ghost hunt," and said, "Hey, can you get this to him?" And she said she got it to him.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So she handed it to him. He looked at it, said, "Huh," and stuck it in his pocket,
Yeah,
waiting
that's
for
cool.
that call.
Never know, maybe.
That's even one that I'd be even willing not to film if he wanted to be on it, just to say, we went on a ghost hunt with him.
Right.
Let's see. Lee says, "Have you ever thought of investigating the area of Tate LaBianca murders? Have heard eaves from that location."
Do they mean by the Sharon Tate murders?
I believe so.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been to that location. In fact, I met David Ullman, and I went inside his house and toured around the house while they're doing investigations. So we just walked around. So that's pretty cool. I have weird experiences there, even.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not. I have heard eaves from the location. He's heard EVPs from the location.
But yeah, you don't even have to do EVP. You'll hear whispers, like,
Oh,
from somewhere. Especially when he does his lives, we'll hear those whispers.
yeah. Sorry.
And
Getting a
he's
call.
cool. David Ullman's really cool.
It sounds like. I mean, there hasn't been many places that we've been to that we've just heard whispers or whatever without
Yeah, even when we were
equipment.
in the house, I felt cold spots. And that's when we heard he has these figurines at his aquarium that he keeps. And sometimes they'll fall down on their own. And we've heard that happen twice when we were there.
Did it freak you out a little bit?
It startled me, but now since I'm kind of used to it, kind of activity. Yeah,
Now,
it's pretty interesting.
now Lee likes to pick on me about one time we were leaving a location, and I'm not gonna make it a long story, but we were driving by a cemetery, and he was in the passenger seat. I was driving, and I started looking at him because I heard something, and I was looking at him like seeing if he was one that said it. Finally, he asked, "What? Why are you staring at me?" And yeah, before I thought about it and told him what I heard, it just kind of came out. What I heard was somebody whisper in my ear, "Boo." I'm like, and I knew as soon as I said what it was, he was gone. bust my chops for the rest of my life, and he has. Like every time I turn around and bring up anything like that, that's one of the things he brings up pretty quickly is boo. Like all the cliche things for a ghost to say, right?
Yeah, this shows that they still have their sense of humor and intellect.
Right. Well, that's what I assume when we pass to the other side, if we choose to stay on Earth, um, our personalities stay with us.
Right. I would rather just move on. I don't want to stay here.
It
I
all
want to
depends.
here now.
It really depends.
Right.
If I'm stuck in the location I passed away at, I probably won't like that because knowing my luck is probably going to be at work. Who wants to stay at work for the rest of their lives?
Right. I would.
But if we're able to move around and choose, like say be at Venice Beach or something, yeah, I could probably live with that.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah, like I said, boo.
I've had either similar experience, but it's a longer, almost a sentence actually. They startled me from my sleep. Of course, you ever have that happen when someone wakes you up? But this is with me in my case, the spirits. This one, however, was more of a darker spirit. I think it might have been demonic, or
So
it could have been a ghost trying to scare me.
hmm.
But anyway, I heard them say like, "You can't stop me, I'm a demon," and it woke me up, so I know I wasn't dreaming.
Hmm.
So made me
Wow.
realize, was it really a demon said that, or was it a ghost trying to scare me? So
Either
I
way,
had different avenues. So
I'm sure it probably startled you quite a bit. So either
oh
way, it
yeah,
worked.
I just say in a jokingly way, I don't need alarm clock. I got spirits.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do in that situation. But like I said, I don't generally hear things without equipment. Generally, uh, like the boo was one of the few times. The only other thing that catches me once in a while is I'll hear somebody say my name that I think I know. Like
Yeah,
one time I heard my sister say my name. Another time I heard, and they weren't nowhere near. Is my point. Um, so that's about the most audible that I've heard.
that would be ESP at work,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, as for sensory perception, happens with its families.
Hmm. Not so much a major psychic phenomenon, but connections between the families and friends are
Right,
strong enough to do that.
right, and
I,
especially twins. So I have a friend. She has a twin, and they connect each other right away. I think they're both psychics. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
now that would be interesting to have psychic twins.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Yeah,
again, isn't that what The Shining was about?
never know.
Those little girls. But
Yeah, that part always scared me too.
I'm sure. It kind of creeped me out a little bit too. Now, you said you run a podcast.
Right.
What days of the week is that?
It was usually every Wednesday evenings around 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 Eastern.
Now, when you are planning on picking them back up after the holidays?
Yeah, hopefully after the holidays,
Say,
around January or February, something like that.
makes sense. Most people are so busy this time of year
Yeah,
that they don't have time to really sit and
yeah, that's true.
so. Um, have you given much thought to trying to do that 25 days of Vlogmas on YouTube?
What was that again? Sorry.
The 25 days of Vlogmas on YouTube?
No, I haven't tried that challenge. No.
I don't think I will either, but I was just curious if that was something you're going to be trying to gear up for people to look towards or not. So, I don't know if that's a good thing for people to do or not because what generally ends up happening is they put out a lot of stuff towards the end of that because it's December 1st through December 25th. And you hit about December 15th, the quality of your stuff just starts diving because, well, you're trying to cram everything in. As a YouTube creator yourself, I'm sure you understand how that is, where
Yeah,
you
I
get
prefer
yourself on a time
videos.
frame and what's that?
I prefer shorter videos.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. When we're out on investigation, it's not too bad.
However, I did manage to stay overnight at a very haunted local hotel out here in Temecula.
Yeah,
I didn't sleep much, but yeah, it was interesting.
but you didn't go there for that, did you? To sleep, or
No,
did you go to
just
stay?
to investigate. Yeah.
So it went for that You went for that purpose.
Yeah.
Nice. And were you able to get into the one room that they consider the most haunted, or
What was that one? That one room?
you end up in the one room that they consider the most haunted, or is it not like an open hotel for business?
I think it's called the Palomar Inn. It's been
Okay,
featured on the travel channels.
I
Most
believe
haunted
that.
inn, and we were in room number 4. So yeah, I heard quite a weird things, but I didn't really see much. Just I heard a lot.
Hmm.
I tuned in there.
Awesome. Would you go back?
Oh yeah, definitely with a team, not by myself.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I'd stay at a haunted hotel by myself either. Not if I knew it was haunted at the time.
Right.
Now, if I didn't know, well, that's a different story. But it's funny that a lot of places like that, you find out pretty quickly if you're in a tourist spot like that where everybody's going to investigate and such.
Yeah, I think the most haunted room on a Queen Mary ship. I would definitely stay in there.
Now, how long were you on the ship for?
Um, all day and night and one night.
Now, it's hard to set up an investigation on a ship
It is, yeah.
because we went to USS North Carolina, which is a very active ship, and
Hmm.
the thing was so big that we didn't get but a quarter of the ship.
Yeah, in those places you need at least 3 or 4 days, if that.
Unfortunately, a lot of times you gotta pay. So
Yeah.
unless you got some serious money to back you up, like these TV shows have,
Unfortunately, we don't.
right? I mean, I'm sure like Ghost Hunters, they probably get it for the whole week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you can stay for a week, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, but I'm sure that'd be like $5,000, $10,000 to do something like that.
Maybe everybody chipped in or something that might help.
Yeah. Speaking of chipping in and doing stuff like that, give me a second here. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe, and if you're watching this on Facebook and you want us to rent a ship for a week, send some stars, and we'll go stay at a ship for a week. And one lucky winner that sends us 10 million stars will stay with us. Kidding aside. I mean, definitely people could send stars, but that's our least of our concerns is anything like that. But it would be nice to have some multi-billionaire just pop in and be like, oh, okay, we'll send you 10 million stars.
That would be nice.
Well, if that happened, I'd invite you along over and get you on the ship as well.
Oh, I hope so. That would be great. And I always like to say, be sure to wear comfortable shoes for the ladies. Don't ever wear high heels. I would
So
wear running shoes.
yeah, on a ship, I would recommend the sneakers, running tennis shoes.
Yeah.
So how far would you be willing to travel? Say if you had a trip of a lifetime to go to say like Japan or something like that, Japan, England, would you
Japan,
go out?
Japan definitely, and Romania, and UK,
So
Australia.
you would go anywhere in the world if you could.
Yeah, I would in a heartbeat.
Is there any particular location overseas you'd like to see?
I'd like to see Dracula's castle.
Hmm, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Is there any place that you would be too nervous to go to?
probably the same place, Dracula's castle. I never actually investigated that castle before.
No, I can't say that we have either that I could think of. Um, couple older buildings, but never a castle. I think I'd be nervous about the suicide forest in Japan.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
That would definitely be
I'd
one of
be
those
afraid of
things.
getting lost again in the forest. I don't want to do that ordeal again.
Yeah, definitely you in particular. Better hope you have a couple of angels with you that day.
Definitely.
You watch the right side, you watch the left side, and we'll figure this out.
Right.
But I guess if it's okay with you, I'd like to invite you back for a part two.
Sure, I'd be glad to come back.
I really appreciate you coming on,
Sure, anytime. Thank you for having me.
and I hate to wrap this up, but I promised that I would be on my other profile doing other odds and ends. So
Oh, no worries.
I was looking at the time, and I'm like, huh, we could probably go on for another hour. I've been enjoying this conversation,
Yeah, same here.
but so I got your information.
Yeah.
We'll connect, and and you'll definitely have to keep me informed of your show when that comes on, because
Oh, definitely. Yes.
I'd love to start connecting with that, and maybe you'll have me on that one of these days.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. We're always looking for guests. You're more than welcome to join us.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll
Look
wish you
forward
guys a
to it.
happy holidays.
You as well.
Thank you.
Is there any information that you'd like to share before we leave?
I think that's pretty much it.
At least for the day,
Cover
huh?
that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for having me on here. Appreciate it.
It's all my pleasure is mine. That's for sure. Definitely
Yeah,
appreciate
anytime.
you coming on, and I'm sure the people here are very happy that it wasn't just me talking at them for another show.
Oh, no worries.
But I will get a hold of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
What a wonderful guest. She was absolutely brilliant. Had so much share that I feel like we barely touched the tip of the iceberg with her experiences with the Warren group there. That's Ed and Lorraine Warren. Definitely sounds like she had lots of experiences on the Queen Mary. I'm thinking of the second Queen of England there. Anyways, so I really appreciate that she took the time out of her day to come and visit with us and watch and have a conversation with you guys. It definitely made for a better night than just sitting back listening to me rambling about weird foods and such. At least we stayed on topic this time, right? So without too much of a long drawn out delay goodbye, I want to thank you all for joining, and as always, stay spooky, my friend.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down, and appreciate the visit. I'll get the hell off of my porch. we'll see you the next time. Come on back.